Hello, welcome to the demo of Decent Japanese Traveling Communicator. Let me start the application. The purpose of this application is to help foreign people when they visit Japan to communicate easier with the native Japanese people. You will see that conversations are divided in different categories. Let me start with something simple. For example, smart manner, basic conversation manner. You will see a list of dialogues. They are in English and they are translated into Japanese. So for example, if I want to say, "Hi, how do you do?"
はじめまして。
You hear a voice. She's actually my wife and she's a native Japanese speaker and she's going to translate "Hi, how do you do?" into Japanese. You may notice at the bottom there's a language bar. So beside English, you can switch to simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, or for those who may understand Japanese, romaji. Romaji are basically symbols to help foreigners to pronounce Japanese easier. So let me switch back to English and go to the main screen. You may notice that there are different places. So most of the conversation are actually divided into places. So for example, if I'm taking a train or if I'm going to take a train, I may click and tap on the train asking train directions. So for example, if I want to ask which platform can I take the express train,
急行は何番ホームですか？
okay, here you may notice that there's something different. Um, the, the most different thing of this application from other Facebook or other iPhone application is that it's anticipating answers. So for example, if I want to ask which platform can I take the express train, the native Japanese people may understand your words in Japanese, but they cannot speak English mostly. So when they answer in Japanese, you may not be able to understand with those traditional Facebook or applications. And with this application, there's a list of answers so that he or she can choose from. So for example, if he or she want to say that this is at platform number 3, he can tap on.
番ホームです。
You notice that there's a notepad that's just pop up. So with this notepad, he or she can draw with his or her finger on it. So for example, it's on the 3rd platform, you can write number 3 on it and it's easy for you to understand those written words. And one of the good thing about this application is that it remember all the things that you have sketched. So for example, if I sketch something and then I exit the applications, and then some while back later I go back to the applications, it actually remember where I was from, and then if I click on the previous
番
conversations,
ホームです。
you will notice that the previously sketched figures, words, or pictures are recorded into the iPhone. Okay, let me go back to the main screen. Let me show you one more thing. So for example, if I'm walking on the street, I can tap on walking on street. If I want to ask for help, I can tap on asking for help. So for example, I want to say help,
助けてください。
or if I want to say thief,
泥棒です。
or I can say please make a call for me.
電話をさせてください。
Okay, some of the helps are listed here, and other helps you may notice that there's an icon at the lower left corner. So if you click on the icon here, you will see a notice board. These are actually tips for foreigners who are visiting Japan and who don't really understand a lot about Japanese culture to take notes. So for example, if you walk on the street, most of the Japanese people will consider walking while you are eating and drinking impolite. So it's mentioned here so that you will be careful and also be careful of by coming from behind. And sometimes Japanese people easy to get drunk at night. So just ignore the drunks who approach you is the best way to tackle with them. So these are all tips that you may find helpful on different location or situations. So so the demo is mostly it. And if you want to know more about this application, this is actually all done by me besides the conversation voiced by my wife. You can leave comments onto YouTube, my YouTube video, or you can go to my blog and leave message there. Thank you very much for seeing. Bye bye.